When I hear the name patient, I think of someone who is like a loving big brother.
A mentor, somebody that is really cares about the community, and just wanting to pour into other people's life, have a generosity of his heart.
Patient is my uncle, so we're in the same family. I want to start with that. But I don't just think of him as an uncle or a pastor, as he is my pastor. But he's definitely a way, a voice God has used to influence my life greatly. He's the reason why I'm in Fresno to begin with, so I wouldn't have even known about the city of Fresno if it weren't for him. He was definitely used in that way to bring me here, so he's a very, very big part, important part of my life.
I think a funny dude, very blunt, but loving and cares about people.
A selfless individual. I've gotten to be able to see in many circumstances, patient be able to take others, their interest, their problems sometimes, their joyful moments, and be able to actually take them on and be able to celebrate with them, to be able to mourn with them, and even just sometimes even to tangibly actually meet really needs. So I've gotten to see that time and time again. So that definitely is one of the words that comes to my mind about patient.
I think of someone or something that's just completely different. Just different, that's the best way I can describe it.
Hello, my name is Patient Matadi. I'm glad to be here in America, and I want you guys to hear my story as an immigrant. Thank you for watching the documentary about me. Patient mean really to be patient, and Matadi mean a stone, and then mean that my name mean that I have patience on top of the stone. And originally from Congo, DRC, this is the second largest country in Africa. If you check the map, you see that Congo is literally in the middle, and Africa have 54 countries. And then my ethnicity, I'm a Bantu Luba. That means in Africa we have which we call the Nilotic, we have the Bantu, we have the Pigment, we have the Berber, but I'm a Bantu Luba and 42 years old, and then I live in Fresno, California.
So what was happening in the Congo during your childhood when you were growing up?
It was a very difficult moment. As you know, Congo until today, Congo has been independent for 60 plus years, but still not political stable. And then Congo as a country in the 60 years, we just had 3 presidents. That means it's people do what we call the coup d'etat. That means they reverse another president to take a power. And then I grew up in the transition from one president to another, and then it never been really stable.
The Democratic Republic of Congo hasn't had a effective government that controlled the entire country really since the 1980s.
The war in Eastern Congo is extraordinarily complex, and it links to the Rwandan war and the genocide in Rwanda. In Eastern DRC, in 1996, there has been an ongoing war that has ebbed and flowed with ceasefires, UN forces in. It's now in an ebb, we hope.
We're at early times, and the Congo's disappointed everyone, including Congolese, for years.
Congo is considered as the richest country in the world. That means where we find the 98% of the cotton. That means for us to have an electrical car, to have a cell phone, to have a tablet, all those kind of things, we need a mineral from Congo, and 98% of them we can find it in Congo. But at the same time, Congo is considered as one of the most poor and a difficult country to live.
Thousands of unregulated, unmonitored mines in the DRC. It's crawling with children working like modern-day slaves. A 12-hour-long day of punishing work may earn them the equivalent of £1. Although one of the poorest countries on earth, DRC is rich in minerals. But a history of brutal colonial exploitation looks like being repeated now in 2017.
Yeah, everything was hard. Food was difficult, water was difficult, and everything was very difficult to have access to.
Did any of that play a part in why you left?
Yes, I left because I didn't really see the future. even though there was also another conviction based on my my attachment, my attachment to my beliefs. But yes, I knew that I don't have a lot of chances to progress in Congo. And then we were looking for a better place, better country. And then if you're in Africa, 99.9% of people would like to move in America. It's a country of all the dreams and the way the dreams can become true.
What did you think that American culture was like growing up in Congo?
Totally different than what I'm living here. And when we were watching movies, I didn't even know that the area like Fresno or Modesto, Mandora, Kelman exist. Because you need to understand that we know America just through Hollywood's lens. I mean that they show us Miami or Los Angeles, San Francisco, and we always thought that everybody loved everybody here, everything was the same. Until when I came and I realized that first thing first, I was reminded that I was black, which I knew it, but I never really thought about it. And then, by coming here, now it was the reality that I need to face. And then, yeah, it was a shock, if I can say that. It was not what I was expecting when I moved in America.
Can you recount any memories of like where you lived or your family? How many siblings did you have?
Oh, yeah, that's actually a very good question. I didn't like it when I was there, but today I realized that I really missed that. It played a big role of who I am as a person today. Yes, I grew up in Congo. I grew up in a very big family. We are 13 of us, and I'm number 12. I remember that we were eating, and we don't eat like in America, which each person have his own plate, and then you mind your own business, you eat until when you're full. But in Africa, we were putting a food in the same plate where all of us were eating at the same time. But you know what was so amazing about it? You cannot start eating until your siblings they are there. When all of us will come together on the big plate and we're eating, and at the same time you cannot eat faster, you need to make sure that you're not getting full when your brother and your siblings are struggling. I mean, you need to be mindful, and the days actually brought us together to be more family than anything else. My immigration was difficult and easy at the same time. This why? Because I didn't have money to come directly to America. That means I traveled to certain country in Africa, try to work and make money and move in America. That means it was, and that process took me 9 years and 7 months. That means it was not like an overnight thing. So it took me literally 9 years and 7 months of me doing everything, trying to work, trying to learn the language and the whatever.
Was there anything that you were able to bring from Congo into U.S. when you immigrated?
Yes.
Do you have like photos?
Photos of my parents, couple photos of me when I was a baby and a young, and most of them I also bring my clothes, which is kind of a traditional clothes, but the most important, I bring my heart, which I continue to think that it's a Congolese heart that I brought here, and I really want to keep the value, because we are a very traditional country. We do things in a certain way. I think I brought those things with me, and they're still in my heart, hoping to transmit that to my children.
So you were able to bring stuff with you. What did you leave behind?
My history. I didn't left my identity, but a portion of my identity, I didn't bring it with me. My family, which it cost me a lot, because I lost both of my parents. When I was here, yes, I left my history, my tradition, you know, the things that we do during certain date, time, like June 30th, but I could not bring it here with me because, hey, I'm in America now. Oh, I went to Zambia, and I went to Zimbabwe, I went to South Africa, a couple of countries in Europe, and I found myself here. My sister, the one come right after me, was already in America. But which is so funny, when I came in America, she was living here already for 6 or 7 years. But when I came, she was illegal. She didn't have papers to live here. Even the European people themselves, they want to move in America. You guys need to understand that maybe it's because you guys are born here. That's why you don't see the value of your country. us who are born out of the country, we see the value. Well, America is a country of the dream. Everybody, Chinese, Japanese, everyone want to move in America somehow. And then, yeah, that was actually a dream.
What was the biggest like culture shock when you came here?
The level of freedom. Don't know if this is what is going on in America. We can call that a freedom, but it's just too much. Yeah. And then I think that this is not. And the level of people having tattoos, I don't have none of them. I don't care with it. I have no problem with tattoos, but it was a shock because in my country, it's kind of a bad sign. And then people will see you differently when you have it. But today I'm okay.
Your image of America was this like typical American dream, Hollywood, Miami, the big cities.
That means me coming to Fresno, it was a shock. I even asked my sister, do I need to take another plane to go to America? Because
so the reality when you got here, you were like, this is not America.
Yes, it was not. It's not what I was expecting.
Is there anything about living in Fresno that doesn't align with your initial like imagination of what America was?
Oh, I think just the buildings and you know, all the beaches that we see on the movies. Yes, but I think I fall in love with Fresno later on, just for a simple reason. I came from Kinshasa, and Kinshasa is considered maybe the second or the third largest capital in Africa. I mean, I grew up in a city of 16 million people. I mean, me moving in Fresno, where there was just about 600,000 people, I love it. Because at least I'm not dealing with people everywhere all the time. And yeah, I love it. It was great, yes.
And because of your position in your job and in ministry, you've been able to travel around America.
Yes.
Where have you been?
I've been in Arizona, which I was very surprised. Beautiful, I love it. It's very clean. And I've been in Nevada, I've been in Minnesota, I've been in Atlanta, Georgia, I've been New York. Yeah, I think that pretty much. No, I've been in Denver, Colorado. Yes, I've been there too. Yeah.
So with all the states you've been in, you've still decided to stay in Fresno?
Yes. I think it also have to do with my kids. They were born here. And when I came in Fresno, I was like a free bird. I can move anywhere I want. But I believe that God personally wanted me to stay and to plant a church here in Fresno, which I'm actually a pastor. But when my kids, they were born here, Fresno become like a home for me because it's a home for them. In my culture, we attach to our names and then our origin. This is the two things that I cannot detach myself with. And when I moved in America, Fresno is where I arrived, and my wife joined me 2 years later. All those factors make Fresno to become like home for them, home for me, and then no matter where I'm going, and every time I came back to Fresno, I always feel like I came back home.
What elements of Congo do you still keep alive with you today in Fresno?
My name. This is something that people don't understand. My name is Patient Kabuya Matadi. Just by my name, I can go 6 generations of who are part of my family. I mean, this is something very big on me. That means it's everything. It made me who I am in the sense of my tradition, not in my faith. And then in my culture, if they want to punish me, they're going to take my name away. And if they say you are not Matadi anymore, it's like they say you don't exist anymore. Tradition in the sense of food, my wife, she's also a Congolese. We pretty much eat like a Congolese.
So talking about like having the history of your name, it's well known here in America because of slavery. A lot of Black people and African American people lost that heritage.
Mm-hmm. And the people who did it, they knew what they were doing. By changing them names, they was actually taking their identity away. Because if they keep their name, today anybody that I meet that is from Africa, if just I ask them, hey, what's your name? He tell me their family name. we know already maybe which country, which village, which we are just by changing their slave names, they knew what they were doing. They were taking their identity away from them. Yes.
Have you ever faced any discrimination here in America being African?
Unfortunately, yes. Many times. On my way going, I was pulled over in Clovis, which is so funny. And then the cops asked me a question where I was going. It happened more than once. And that's so crazy. I've been arrested already here because they confused me with somebody else. They were looking for someone that was 6 feet, black and tall, and they're having tattoos. And I spent almost 4 hours in the jail before they bring me, and they said they confused me with someone else. And I was also driving a green car. That means I was just at the wrong place at the wrong time. Looking for a job or looking for a house, you send some application and you can feel like they're really not going to give you the house. But I also been in a place where people that they don't look like me and they're being just extremely nice. And I don't think this is have to do with the white and the black, but this is have to do with just the heart of human being.
Yeah.
I've been in a certain situation where it was just, you know what, let me keep quiet. I think I become more open-minded person. Before I was just a Congolese, pure Congolese. But today I think my immigration allowed me to see a lot in many countries where I went, and to see that there are some people that do the things not like me. Immigration helps me to see that the world is not just Congo. I can also see the things out of the box. Where immigration helps me a lot to view the things differently.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm gonna always be grateful, even if I'm planning one day to go back home. But I'm always going to be grateful because I think no matter what I'm going to say about this country, but this country gives me the opportunity to be who I am as a man. It allowed me to go to college. I got a financial aid. I went to Fresno City College and I went to Fresno State. And I found my first job. I bought a house. Just small things that I'm talking about that maybe if I was in Congo, I would never accomplish that. And I think America allowed me to do it. It didn't make me to be the man who I am, but they allowed me to make some of my dreams. So that it opened doors for me in a certain areas of things that I can do. And yeah, I'm grateful for America.
About people who are still in the process of immigrating. If you could say anything to them, what would you say?
One of the things that I will say to them is you need to be open-minded. And us as the immigrant people, most of the time when we come, we try to conserve our tradition, which is amazing. And I encourage you to do the same. And I did it. I've conserved a lot of tradition and the value of my country. But if you go to a foreigner country, I think it's also great for you to do what we call to be able to embrace your new culture, to learn how people do things, so you can take the advantage of this country. The only way you can do it is not just by becoming American, but to know how American people do things. And then the integration is a very important thing. And this is something that I try to do, having people that they come from this country, speaking with them, eating like them, and talking with them, so you can see, not trying to lose who I am as a Congolese person. Yeah, but that's a free advice. Go to school, learn the language. It always takes us a long time to do. Until today, I'm still learning. But hey, everything is possible. Have a target, know what you want, and everything will be possible.
So, thank you, Patient.
Thank you.